Good evening. I'm Mike Rees. I'm chairing this meeting. Welcome to the Community Matters and Town Assets meeting. Is anybody online?
Yeah.
Hello. Hello, Laura. Hello, Laura. So you can decide, Laura and James, who speaks. And David's there as well. Hello, David. Okay. So just to remind people of fire safety, there are the signs to direct you out of the building and into the car park if there is a need. And I think the other thing to flag is apologies. I've had apologies from Janet Davey, who's unwell this evening. Any other apologies? Yeah, okay. Can we have a formal resolution to accept those apologies? Paul and Emma, those in favour? Thank you. And just to ask if there are any potential conflicts of interest for councillors to declare now, or if something crosses your mind in proceedings, to flag it then. Is there anybody with a matter they'd like to flag now? Okay, no, thank you. Okay. So in terms of Chair's update, I'll keep it brief because, in fact, devolution is an ongoing theme in many meetings. But just for the record, just to say that legal work is now proceeding at pace in relation to the key assets. There will be some commercial decisions to be made, principally in relation to Somerset Hall, and they're in ongoing discussions. The last council meeting agreed to the appointment of a project manager for 6 months to increase capacity, and that process is now underway.
Is it worth just saying? Yes.
Yeah.
It's a contract role, so we have a couple of candidates, so we're going to interview them next week. So.
And I think the other thing just to say is that we have an external consultant doing a short piece of work in terms of potential future actions in relation to showing the viability and the usage of Somerset Hall. So that is ongoing as well. So unless, Paul, unless you have anything else to add, I think that's sufficient for tonight. Thank you. Minutes of the previous meeting. If people would like to look through them, if they haven't already, Mike?
Neither myself or David.
Right. Lucy's making a note. There is one matter arising that I have. I'll mention that now. The Portishead Gig Club was awarded £2,200, but the figure that came to this committee was £2,000. So therefore, for the record, can I have a recommendation? I think this is a seconder just to approve figure at 2,200. It was an anomaly in recording the information that got to us, basically. So can I have some Emma and Martin, and could just formally approve that? Thank you. Thank you. Any other matters arising or points of accuracy? No. Therefore, can I have somebody who'd recommend them for approval? Jenny and Paul, are all those in favour? Thank you. Do we have, apart from the perhaps people in attendance in relation to the grants, do we have any other items of public participation tonight? Yes, Laura, well, we will come to you in terms of the grants. So it's something else. You're on mute if it's something you want to talk to now.
It's not about my grant. I just wanted to say that I've attended stuff by Storyfest, who I believe is Michael Loader, and it's absolutely fantastic work that he's doing. So yeah, go for it.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Laura and James, as you're both here now, I suggest we take that item now. It is a form of public participation after all. So if either or both of you would like to just say a little bit, I know most of us are well aware of your work, but it's still good just to hear from you, and maybe anything you'd like to say in terms of what's happening now, maybe. So James, you're going to do it. James Sherlock. Welcome.
Lovely, thank you. If Laura, if you disagree, you can nod because I'm looking right at you. Well, thank you for inviting us in, and again, looking at our grants that we've put in this year. We've had a busy, successful year where I'm not sure how much we communicated, but we were finally successful in getting our Arts Council funding for this year, albeit starting 6 months or so after we intended. So everything's kind of running out of sync, which is why we're part of the reason that we're back here, because what we'd intended to be something that all started last September is now not running to the calendar year or the academic year. We're running half to a calendar year and half to an academic year. But we've kept going, and that's thanks to Portishead Town Council and one of the funds of the Quartet Community Express grant also allowed us to deliver up until the point that we had the rest of our funding in. So a big thank you to Portishead Town Council. There's certainty that our participants have in knowing that they can come every week has been really important, because it's not just a participant in our supported adult group, it's also their carer and their care agency and the person with the car. And when there's interruption to that, you don't get back to necessarily where we were before. But we're in now 2 years of growth, and that growth is sort of bursting at the seams. So we are looking to expand that and using hopefully the funding that we've applied for here to start a bigger grant that allows us to give people a choice. So it's not just one day, and if you miss it because you've got to go to the doctors, we don't see you for 2 or 3 weeks. It's going to give people a choice, hopefully, of, well, I can't come on a Tuesday, but it would fit me better on a Wednesday or a different time, and just allowing us to respond to need. And yeah, that's really well attended. We've got our big annual summer party happening on the 11th of July. And we've had to book Pearl Memorial Club again for that, just because of the balance of parking and accessibility, because of the issues that we've had previously in holding that number of people in a venue locally. But that's going ahead. We've got a 3-piece band, professional musicians, Joe Mansfield and the Temperance 2 are coming to accompany our work. So it's a bit of Americana. And it's, again, from the work we've done this year, we were people from children and sort of 3 to 6 month age group, right up to, at one point we had someone in their 90s attending. So we are truly offering to every age group. And part of the work we're looking to do in this next project year is about how we get better integration between our disabled groups and our message that we're giving out, that actually we offer something for everybody, be it at a different time. It's about ability, potentially, but you don't need to have any experience or any ability. We will find a way of working with whoever comes through our door. So it's just giving people the opportunity to come and participate from a music point of view, but also it's Creative Health Now, which is something that the NHS is on board with in their 10-year plan. So we're just finding space for whatever people's needs are in those areas. And I think the other thing of note, I'm looking up at Laura, but I don't have my phone, so I can't see any messages, sorry. Is that, if you can see in the top corner of the screen, we have been nominated in the last 12 months and are in the final 4 of the BBC Radio Bristol's Make a Difference Award for community groups. And we're seeing somebody next week to do a bit of filming before, hopefully we'll find out how successful we've been in September of this year. So there's recognition from the people that are coming that has been sort of recognised at a national level in terms of their voting panel of the work that we're doing. So, you know, we are still a local CIC. So we've been founded 2 years, so we are offering things to the local people of Portishead. It is receiving recognition and participation from people outside of Portishead now, which is another reason we're looking to expand. But when we're applying for the bigger pots of funding, it's why are you applying now and what is the need, and how they weight it is obviously we've got feedback from our participants, but also if we're able to demonstrate something that the town council of the area working in see as something that they will also buy into, that just does really help with the recognition of Arts Council in Manchester or the National Lottery in Cambridge or wherever they are now, to see that yes, it is somebody doing something that is good for the community. So thank you for everything you've done here to support us and the conversations we've had with yourselves and Arts Council about finding buildings. But Laura's also got her hand up, so I will hand over. I've looked up.
Thanks, James. I was just going to add one thing that happened as recently as just this Monday just gone. I attended the Citizens for Culture roadshow, which was a huge piece of research that happened over 4 years. And this roadshow was on the topic of creative health. The participants in the room were about 50-50 NHS of different departments within the NHS, different strategists, and again looking at hyper local delivery and how important building those micro communities is going to be for everybody's health and well-being over the next few years and beyond. Our research and activities over the next 12 months, we're intending to be significant push to stop the siloing of activities for disabled people and people who do not identify as disabled. And that, I think, is going to be crucial work to building those healthy communities where we don't feel othered, where we do feel like we all belong in the same space. So any support you give us is going to be really welcomed to enabling that work to happen, not just from the point of view of delivering arts and music, but from the very real, well evidenced. I got quoted from the Director of Public Health on LinkedIn after my trip to the Lords to say that creative health is not a nice to have, it's actually a vital service. So the way that Portishead Town Council, and you really are, I know we've had a whopping great sum from Arts Council before, but the regular support that you've given us, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that. Those smaller sums over the last 3 years has enabled this to exist, and I'm absolutely just beyond grateful that you have facilitated that. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions for James or Laura? Paul.
Thanks both. Yeah, I mean, we continue to do fantastic work, so very well done. And I'm really glad you're getting the recognition and the reach. I just want to ask about the accommodation. I know finding somewhere decent to deliver the service has always been an issue. Where have you got to in that journey? Have you made any progress on?
Yeah, so if we are successful, well, we're fast outgrowing the youth centre. We've had to say we are full, and there remain some challenges with being in such a multi-use space. If our Arts Council bid is successful, that's another reason why we need this second space down in Hewish, and we find out, and I think it's week beginning 10th of August, we will be able to move in to that second space in Hewish to run essentially in parallel what we're doing here. There are no adequate spaces in Portishead. So I'm going to stay tuned and listen with eagerness to the discussion about Somerset Hall. I hope you are all aware of the recently announced Community Renewal Fund. I think that's what it's called. Creative Foundations Fund that Arts Council have just announced, which is separate to the North Somerset one. I will give you some more information about that at the appropriate time if needed.
That'll be brilliant. Thanks, Laura. Thank you.
Yeah, so the space in Hewish has come about in a supported adult organisation. Burley Inclusive have just bought what used to be the Full Court pub just down from Puxton Park. So that is a large space with multiple rooms and a 90 space car park, which is kind of the most important thing for wheelchair access, which is where the youth centre at the moment is providing difficulty for people to get in. So that's one of the reasons. The other is we are starting to see people coming from further towards Weston, and Sirona have made inquiries around, well, where can we send people in this new NHS pilot? Well, where are you based? And they're in Weston. So it's kind of in that middle ground. So people from Portishead, if they can't make a Tuesday, would have the opportunity to travel and not get stuck in the gridlock of Weston's roundabouts. And equally, the people that are coming up, potentially we're saving trips up the motorway. So you know, that's about as environmental as we can be as an organisation that requires people to come to them. But that's, yeah, the spaces, so we're aware, just don't exist. We're fortunate in Portishead that all our public houses are well attended. But yeah, it's just finding the right spaces, and what would work ideally for us then limits the use of that space for somebody else. If we're putting acoustic paneling down or carpeting, it's then not a dance hall. So it's.
Thank you. Any other questions? No. So I keep turning around, but you can see me. Thank you. It's a bit unnerving when you can't see people. So thank you, James, and thank you, Laura. We thank you for coming tonight, and we thank you for the good work that you're doing for residents of Portishead and beyond. We now have the moment to consider the recommendation from the Grants Committee, and that's to award a grant of £2,500 to Now Hear This Music. So if I could have a proposer, Emma, and a seconder, Martin, all those in favour? Yeah, good. Thank you very much. And of course, you're welcome to come or go.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
You've already come. Yeah.
It's cooler in here. I might just hang around. Thank you.
As we are on grants, I suggest that we take Tory Fest now, if that's okay, acceptable with everyone. So Story Fest, the recommendation is to award a grant of £1,000 to Somerset Story Press. Fest. It has, I'm just reading the notes, many branches refugee project, visiting St. Peter's Primary School before the end of the summer term and Galdano School next academic year. Do I have anybody who would propose that? And the second, Paul, Jenny, all those in favour? Okay, so we've agreed can now hear this music. And thank you for your comment, Laura, in advance of that decision. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you.
It might be worth thinking and maybe recommending that if it's before the end of the summer term for St. Peter's, that one of you decides to go along, because both David and I attended the two previous sessions,
Yeah.
and they're well worth attending.
Okay.
So I think it'd be good for one of you
good
to.
Suggestion. Yeah. Thank you.
Sorry, can I add something to that as well about this particular organisation?
Yeah. Okay.
Just to say that they are the delivery is exceptionally inclusive. My own neurodivergent child has been talking about it for weeks afterwards. So yeah, it's a really wonderful thing to fund.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Back to the agenda as recorded. I think from there we're moving on to item 8, which is a standard report from the signposting and referrals officer. It's there for information unless anybody wants to raise anything from it.
I've just noticed that it is confidential.
No, it's not
It's not. It's
confidential.
mentioned here as confidential.
Yeah.
Having just read it, not the actual report itself, because I wondered why the numbers were confidential. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure why it's recorded as confidential, because there's nothing confidential in the report. So I think we've had this discussion previously. We'll note it. We also have a CCTV report. Again, that's for information.
Can I
Are you going back to the other one, or was it CCTV?
No, CCTV.
Yeah.
The report seemed more meaningful. I don't know. It seemed a lot. There was more information in it, although there was just this little short sentence. It seemed much more informative. So.
Oh, that's interesting.
David has got his hand waving.
David, sorry.
Yeah, thanks, guys. It's interesting. I agree. It's a lot more informative. It's also interesting to note that in these last 2 months, there are 6 reports from down on the lake grounds, Esplanade Road, Seafront, antisocial behaviour, drink, drugs related issues. The police have attended a few times, for which residents are really grateful. But from a North Ward perspective, there have been real concerns down there for the last few months with noisy antisocial driving along the seafront. Quite a lot of disturbances. And last night, this should have really been in the update, I guess. The revelling went on until the early hours of the morning down in front of the cricket pavilion, and there were quite a lot of smashed bottles down there. And so it's really just to flag that. The town council, Amy's put out a notice warning people. When I went down there, there were still a few shards of glass around in the shards of glass in the grass. But also to just sort of say a public thank you to everyone who helped out down there, because by the time I got down there, just about 10 o'clock, I think, the area had been largely cleared, and that was down to community volunteers and Portishead Town Council orderly staff. So big thanks to them. But it's really just to highlight this is an ongoing issue, and we've spoken to the Joseph Waring, who's the community police officer, about it, and he's hoping to fix a meeting for residents at the MP and North Somerset Council traffic safety team, just to talk about the issues of speeding around roads around the lake grounds, including Woodhill Road and elsewhere. It's just an ongoing issue that I think has reached a peak in recent months. Thanks.
Thank you, David. I think our appreciation is duly noted, isn't it, in the minutes? Thank you. Any other? I did also raise the issue about what happens to people who are not recorded as found. That's still being explored. I just hope they were found, but we haven't got to the bottom of that yet. So moving on. I think all we have left is any messages we want to communicate from this meeting through the Portishead Town Council. Well, Emma?
Sorry, obviously the grant awards and probably just also, I guess, if the council's happy to do so, passing on our congratulations for Laura and the team there to be making the finalists of the Make a Difference awards as well.
Yeah. Is there anything that needs to be communicated about the lake grounds, maybe about the work? Partly the issue, but partly the response.
There's already
there.
it's been done already.
Oh, okay, it's been done. I did see an email in there, mention it.
So I was just going to add on to that with the we are finalists. Can we actually put out when the final is so people could actually watch it or listen to it or however it's broadcast?
Yes, it's the ceremony is taking place at the Playhouse in Weston on Thursday, the 24th of September.
Thank you. David, got your hand up again.
Sorry about that. This is a kind of any other business, if now's the right time.
We don't have any other business, but I'll let you comment.
Thank you. It's really to ask a question and to flag that the Town Council are holding a flood risk awareness week towards the end of October. And we're arranging a couple of events associated with that, a show in the library, a walk around Portishead's flood defences. But the specific question for this committee, I think, Chair, was whether you'd be happy at the meeting, I think it's on the 28th of October, the October meeting of Community Matters, you'd be happy for someone from Avon Wildlife Trust to come along and just give a quick summary of the amazing work they've been doing on the Gordona Valley in terms of peat restoration, which will of course help our flood preparedness. There's a person called Jen Robertson who comes highly recommended, and I think a 10-minute presentation would be good to hear about their work, and it might attract more people to the meeting. Yeah,
I as chair, I would welcome that. I'm sure others would as well. David, will you action that to make that happen?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Emma.
Sorry, the only other thing, obviously, of great community interest at the moment is the meeting, the upcoming meeting in Avonway Hall regarding the town form development. So maybe we just again sort of promote that to ensure that we give everybody the opportunity to be able to attend and address any concerns that they have.
Yeah, there is a Facebook post already, but I think we should repeat it. And also we're putting a notice on the notice board up at Avonway as well. So, but yeah, we should repeat that. Just so it is obviously a meeting being held by the prospective developer. It's not sponsored by the Town Council, but we would encourage everyone to go along.
They may have a different perspective to our own. Any other AOBs that we don't take? Okay. The date of the next meeting is Wednesday, 22nd of July, and I declare the meeting closed. Thank you, everyone.